I'm a pizza girl until the day I die. Feel. It smells so. Look at this. Welcome to an episode of Pizza Chats. So basically, this is like a place where I can just talk to you guys. I'm really obsessed with 2010s YouTube, and that's kind of the vibe I want to bring to this channel. This is also inspired by Ava Jules's podcast, On My Mind. Today's episode of Pizza Chats is gonna be more focused on college because I put on my Instagram story like, please ask me questions. It could be about USC, Hawaii, or anything. And since most of my questions are about USC and or college, that is what this video is gonna be focused on. Before we get into that, here's the correct way to eat a Papa John's pizza. I've been wanting that taste for over a week, and I love Papa John's pizza. Papa John's, sponsor me. Thank you to the person who asked me this, but one person asked me, why did you choose USC out of all the colleges? So I applied to 7 schools, accepted into 5, rejected from 1, and waitlisted from 1. I chose USC. I got a lot of financial aid. Thank you, USC. By On. Love you guys for that. I got stuffed crust too. So good. For my college process, one of the things I've always wanted was to go to a school in a big city. I'm a big city person. I love meeting new people. I love doing things, which is why I've always wanted to move to LA. That was like one of the biggest factors besides like financial aid. USC as a bonus has a lot of opportunities, and one thing that I learned from going to school there is that USC actually has a really tight-knit community. It is so easy for like if someone in the community needs help, like the people there do a really good job at promoting it on their stories. It's a very, I would say, interconnected community, which I really love. Active student life too. Always events. There's lots of opportunities for free food, job opportunities, or even just spaces to have fun. And they have this thing called Late Night SC, which me and my friends always go to. Also kind of like doing some like wholesome little fun things. So I really enjoy those kinds of things, especially when free food is involved. Like, I love USC. I made the right choice. It's the right school for me. Got to have so many different adventures, have opportunities that I never would have had, opportunities that are even really, really good for what I want to do as a teacher. So I'm really happy with that and how like my USC journey has been so far. You know, it's a good pizza when it just does this. And like the dots, because you see there's the burnt cheese. So you know it is gonna be really good. I literally ate 2 entire pizzas off screen. Let's move on to the next question about how was adjusting to USC, how was adjusting to college life. Kind of mash up this question with another question. How has college matured you? I will say it may seem scary at first. Please understand that I feel like my experience is somewhat unique to me, and it's not going to be everyone's experience. It's not going to be everyone's experience at a college. It's not going to be everyone's experience at USC either. But I honestly didn't have the hardest time adjusting. And I think one of the biggest concerns that people have is,
who am I going to make friends with?
And especially going to a big school, some people might even think,
who do I talk to? There's so much people.
All of those things. And I think one of the beautiful things about college and going to a big school is that you can meet so much different people. You can make so many beautiful and meaningful connections, and you might not click instantly with everyone. You might not click with them at all, but you will find your people. There are so many different people. Find someone who matches your energy and matches your vibe. But some things I did to prepare myself and that helped me adjust a lot is, one thing, I'm a spring admit, which was a very unique experience that I feel like my experience was also very different from a fall admits experience, because we were spring admits and we were literally all struggling together at one point because we didn't know when certain things were due. We didn't know like are we supposed to do this? How do we do this? A lot of people were told different things, heard different things, had different connections. We had like a spring admin orientation, and from there a group chat was born. I'm still grateful that I was in it and that I got to meet these people, because I got to meet some really amazing people, and I hope to collaborate with some of them. Actually, I'm gonna give a shout out to Lee. Gonna actually mention her and put her in my description because I think she's so cool, and she's one of the lovely spring admins I have met. And because you're meeting so much people, like, that's how you can kind of vibe for who do I vibe with, who do I hang out with, and a lot of those people basically made their own little friend group from that big group chat, which is also really nice. This might not be the easiest thing for everyone, but I actually, in August, which I know was a whole semester before I even came to USC, I basically, like, right before everyone moved in, I just like messaged a bunch of people who I thought I would vibe with. A lot of colleges now have your college class page and like your grade, especially when you get admitted. Like, there's a USC 2026, and then those are great places for you to find other people who are interested in the same things that you would be interested in, and those like types of things. So based on like what people said about themselves, how people talked about themselves, like the pictures that they chose on how to portray themselves, I reached out to a bunch of different people, even looked at the people who are following that page just to like read people's bios and see like,
would I get along with that person?
and if I felt like it was someone who I could potentially be really good friends with, I basically reached out to them. I was like, hey,
I'm a spring admin, I'm from Hawaii.
kind of just getting to know people. There are some people who I did connect with who I'm still friends with today, and that is how me and my boyfriend became a thing. We started off as best friends, and he would literally text me every day before I even came there. I've gotten lunch with several of these people before, and having lunch or dinner, especially as a freshman, because you have like a lot of people have mandatory meal plans, that's a really good time to connect. Another thing is go to those events. Those events in the beginning of the year where everyone's meeting each other, those are so crucial for you to go out and meet other people, and that's a great time. Another way, so many little like interconnected communities. When we have club day, that's a great time for you to like really find your people, see what you're interested in, try new things. There is so many different clubs, like so many, and they have so many different interests. There's advocacy clubs, there's faith, there's music, there's sports. Like, you can find something that you're interested in like 100%, and I really like that because I think that's part of like going to USC, like being in such a diverse pool of people based on like different backgrounds and different interests and different likes. Like, that's very cool. It really helped me find my people as well. Now, as far as like the academic side of adjusting to college, see, I was a little nervous at first just because I basically took a semester off. So I took 6 months off of school prior to actually going to USC. A lot of other spring admits chose to go a different route, and most people actually went to community college in CC. I didn't go that route, so I was kind of nervous at first, but luckily I got very lucky with my class, and I'm still grateful. Like, even this upcoming semester, I'm still grateful for the classes I have, because counseling that I thought was gonna be interesting had to do with my major, and the teachers had good ratings. I'm gonna say and be honest, like, that's not the case for everyone, and like, it's probably not gonna be the case for my entire school experience, but I felt like I was going at the right pace, and I've had some really awesome professors. Professor G, I'm gonna shout out to you because that was one of the coolest classes. If you go to USC, take African American dance, not only because it's an RGE, but also because there's so much you can take out of that class, so much you can learn about yourself and about other people around you. My sociology professor, as a sociology major, I also find really cool, and he is actually really the right pace and like what I kind of expected. I'm not gonna lie, Spanish was a struggle. But Spanish was a struggle because I've never taken Spanish in my entire life. As you saw in my last video, I'm still trying to learn Spanish.
And I understand Spanish to a certain level.
¿Cómo es tu nombre?
21.
¿Cuántos años tienes?
Oh, London?
But it was very difficult, and at first I really struggled because it was fast paced. Like, the second day he started speaking Spanish, and we had whole Spanish paragraphs, and every Spanish speaker that I ever met was like,
that's really advanced for Spanish 1.
and I was like,
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I I know, you're telling me. Literally worked my butt off. I did everything I could, and because I did come out with a very successful academic-wise semester, spent a lot of days studying, I'm not gonna lie. Really take advantage of libraries that are 24/7. That's a tip I'm gonna give to anyone, regardless if you go to USC or not. Take advantage of study spaces. Studying with your friends is also a great way for you to make sure you're doing what you gotta do for school, but also still spending time with the people you care about and enjoying it. And then after, you can treat yourself to food. That's what me and my friends always did. When we were studying for especially like really long periods of time, going to Yogurtland
It's like a reward.
was so crucial. USC students, go to Yogurtland. Go to Yogurtland. I love Yogurtland. Someone asked a great question about what qualities allowed me to go to USC, and I will say that I can't tell you guys exactly what the admissions officers or people saw that made them think
This girl needs to go here, like now.
but I'm super grateful that they chose me, and there are thousands of people who are very qualified and who could have also gotten in, but I will say what I think stood out in my mission. So first thing, bring up, because I've talked about it in all of my essays that I wrote for college that I am really proud of, and it's one of my biggest achievements, is Project Girl and the success that it had. Project Girl is something I did in high school, especially my junior year, but me and one of like my closest friends who I absolutely love, you've seen her in these vlogs before, her name is Brooke. We co-founded Project Girl, which stands for Girls Impacting Real Life, and our goal was to basically get menstrual equity and address period poverty in the state of Hawaii, and we were able to collect over 8,000 individual menstrual products, which was huge. I will also like to thank Ma'i movement and other organizations who had similar goals who really helped us along our way, but Ma'i movement above all. I really felt passionate and proud for the cause. Definitely find something you're passionate in and do it 110%, and find ways to do grassroots campaigns, because you'll get so much done. Like, you'd be surprised how much you as an individual can do, and especially when you bring people together who are equally passionate about the cause, you can accomplish so much change. Another thing is, I honestly had really good relationship with my teachers. Just because I was an active student, I was someone who always wanted to fully understand things, so I would ask lots of critical questions. I love debates, I love like philosophical things, so I would ask those to my teachers a lot. My teachers really appreciated the effort I would put in the classrooms. So even though I've never actually seen my letter of recs, and I really wish I did, and I don't know if those teachers still have it, really think that they played a huge part in me being able to get into USC, because I'm pretty sure they were pretty strong, because every time I had a letter of rec, especially from my AP Gov / A Push teacher, I felt like I got what I was trying to apply for. Like, for example, besides USC, I applied to Cal State LA's Honors College. I did get into that. So moral of the story, your essays and your letter of rec are very important. Other than that, I did have good standings in school. I was consistently on the principal's list. I was consistently like my weighted GPA, I want to say was like it was a 4.09. Unweighted was like a 3.89. Play. Girl boss it. I held lots of leadership positions. I held 6 leadership positions, I want to say, throughout my high school career. Some, I will admit, I devoted more time than others. So basically, leadership, making really good connections, and have a passion. That is basically the end of this video. So if you got to this point, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to what I have to say, and to all the people who asked me questions, thank you so much. I promise there will be a day in the life coming soon, because I know there was a few of my friends who told me I should do that. So thank you guys. I will be doing one very soon, and I will be showing how I study. That's another thing that got brought up. I definitely do want to post more content, and even when I'm at USC, I want to be posting content. So thank you for making this video possible. I hope you also enjoyed some pizza with me. I ate 4 slices, and I don't feel bad about it. I really don't. Go take care of yourself. Go nurture your body. Yeah, and I hope you guys have an amazing and lovely day. So bye bye.